Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited. My beautiful backdrop right here, it can either be a wall hanging or a tabletop. I went shopping yesterday and I saw this and I was like, it's a set of 3 clear quartz crystal clusters with this gorgeous backdrop, and I just love it so much. And I'm like, this is going to be my new. I have it just leaned against the wall, and then I have the cards against it because I just feel like the lighting and everything is so pretty. It's so peaceful that I thought the gorgeous Celtic Spirit Oracle would look lovely with it. So I'm so excited. I'm redecorating some areas and I'm so stoked. So you guys, let's look at our cards today and what we are meant to hear. We have the pentagram, protection, balance, and unity. Let's just start with that. So we can reach in and connect with this the moment we wake up. What do we feel unity with? Are we listening to our body, mind, body, spirit? Do we feel connected, to our lovely home, our family, the earth outside? I feel like I'm operating on a much higher frequency in my new office with just a big window open. I can see the sky and trees outside the window, and I love it. It makes such a difference of just like 4 walls where I don't have direct access to nature. It's amazing. It makes me feel balanced. It makes me feel the fresh air in the sky, and mostly just expansion, like the width and breadth of everything when you just are looking out into trees in the sky. It's wonderful. But it also does make me feel protected as well. And the symbol itself, I have so many wonderful symbols all around my house that dispel negative energy and bring in lovely energy. I mean, crystals up the wazoo, everything. I just find I have tons of runes, sage, other things that are just cleansing and clearing, and honestly, I feel divinely protected and guided when I see them, when I use and utilize these resources. They're really wonderful. But just ask yourself right now, am I looking at something that makes me feel balanced and peaceful and connected in some way? Trees have a magical way of doing that. Music has a fantastic way of doing that. One of our first discussions with new people that we meet, whether on dates or whatever, is what kind of music do you like, right? That helps bring unity. It's been used for, millennia for that in tribes, and also it bridges gaps between countries and religions. It's absolutely amazing. So you guys, let's move on to the shaman spiral, awareness, practice, and connection. Okay, simple practice here. What are you aware of right now? If you can feel all the little ticky-tocks and tweaks and sensations in your body right now, what do you feel? I know for myself, it's like I'm just beginning to get thirsty and hungry. I had 1 cup of coffee and I'm feeling the beginning stirrings of that, but I'm really tapping into what I feel. I feel like my lower back feels tingly. I just stretched. I can feel that. I feel my head is very clear. I feel like there's a lot of oxygen. It's almost like I can feel oxygen and blood moving through my body, that kind of thing. I feel pumped and adrenalized and connected. Whenever I do reads, that is also part of that. So what do you feel right now? And if anything is amiss, how can you alter it for the better? Do you feel tense or tight? You can stretch. Sometimes it is the simple things that is like a cure-all, right? Just laying flat and being like in a starfish position, and then putting one leg over the other, and then a few yoga moves, couple stretches, touching your toes, sometimes just circulating, like fanning your arms around to get those shoulders moving. And then also an interesting practice that I do is verbally tell myself, my neck is relaxed, my shoulders are relaxed, my eyes are relaxed, I feel at peace, I feel calm, I feel centered. All of that. These practices connect us to our highest aligned self, our most relaxed self, our most balanced self, and most importantly, our most peaceful self. So when we go out in the world, when we connect with our family, animals, whatever it is, we're completely chill. We have our act together. We're not reactive. We respond to things rather than be triggered. So we get in a healthy mental state. And the one trick for me that works with that, beautiful soft music, channeling, looking at art, just sitting as quiet as possible, open a window and look out at the sky. All of a sudden you'll just feel yourself taking that deep, gorgeous breath deep, cleansing, awesome breaths where you feel really relaxed and chill. I'm also going to do a little bit of decorating in my home I'm going to have a lot of color change where in my office I want everything to be kind of soft beige and sand and brushed white, a little bit of silver because I love silver, lots of crystals, and maybe a little bit of green, nice lush hushes of green, peaceful on the eye. That does sort of this kind of color scope because this is very relaxing to me. It's very peaceful. And I'm excited about that. And that brings us to wisdom, power, and transformation. What do you want to transform? Because you honestly have the power to do it. Think back on your past where something was in a position you didn't quite like it, you wanted to evolve, you wanted to change, you wanted to have a conversation, whatever it is. You accomplished that, right? And then ask yourself, how did you do that? First of all, you clarified what it is you wanted, right? So that's it. Sometimes we just don't know what we want. So it's as simple as that. Let me find out what I want. For me right now, major focus on health and physicality and looking after my physical state as well as my mental state because they're very connected for me. And when I feel like I am flexible and I feel good and I feel like I'm hydrated and I'm not eating garbage, like I'm going to share this story and you guys are going to be able to relate because it's so weird. So the other day I just was craving this. I shouldn't have gone shopping. I was so hungry. It was like fettuccine Alfredo. I swear to God, I don't know how many pounds of whatever butter and junk that is in that, but oh my gosh, after I ate it, the next day I was just like, I felt so like I was just dragging and I just felt like my poor body was working so hard to digest this. It didn't like all the, I don't know, gloppy, gloopy, cheesy, milky awesomeness that it is, but I only ate a portion of it and I'm not kidding you. And I knew it was exactly that because I don't normally eat quite like that. And so it wasn't large amounts, it was just what it was. And then the next day, I'm serious, I was like, oh, I could just have a little bit. And I was like, are you mad? You know what I mean? That's the madness of that instant gratification, but we're talking about long-term gains now, okay? Do you want long-term health? Do you want to feel good the next day so you can walk, meet with friends, do whatever, shop, be together and feel good? And it was so crazy. It was like I would physically impair myself for like that 5 minutes of yummy, cheesy goodness. And I was like, nope, you're not going to do that because it's not good for you. And you don't dig it. Something that also helps us rectify a poor diet in the summer is just the warmth, right? We don't want to feel, I know for one, when it's really hot out, I like less and less. I like more things that grow off trees and out of the ground. I love fresh fruit and all of that. So that's really conducive to a good diet as well. What else do you want to transform? Do you have certain relationships where you're like, you know what, I just need firmer boundaries. I need to stand up for myself and have a conversation with this person diplomatically, as things arise. I'm not just going to tackle head on everything that's ever bothered me about this individual in my whole life, that type of thing. But as things arise, that's when I like to address things. So somebody says something that's a little flippant or disrespectful or whatever, especially if you have kids, you address it right there and you just say, hold on one moment. I don't appreciate that, whatever it is, that tone, phrase, or whatever, I wouldn't say or do that to you, so I'd appreciate if you don't do it to me. And I also like if we have to have an admonishment session, especially with someone who's sensitive, do it one-on-one, not in front of a crowd. That will always beget animosity and resentment because they'll feel embarrassed being called out in front of others. So just always one-on-one, I have the greatest kids, but they are sensitive to that. And sometimes they'll go like into this denial phase. Like, I don't think I said that. So that's why you have to do it right then. Say, my recall may not be the most, but I do have recall for 5 seconds ago. My brain isn't that fogged. That type of thing. That is the wisdom. We go out and we'll put out there and demonstrate how we deserve and feel we deserve to be treated and what we will and will not put up with, good boundaries. Family members especially, sometimes, we get desensitized to each other. So this is being sensitive and loving and caring within that, and we have the wisdom to do that. So all together, when we have protection, balance, unity, awareness, practice, connection, wisdom, power, and transformation, it all works beautifully together to create our best self and be our most aligned self, and cherish the day and get excited about the day and see what's positive and good and wholesome and rewarding, right? I always put a little reward for myself at the end of the day. If I do this task and go out and do this, I'm going to allow myself this. And then I get excited about it. And it's not going to be fettuccine Alfredo because I'm not trying to kill myself, but it will be something fun like a nice crystal or some really gorgeous glossy paint for the office, whatever it is, treat yourself to and reward yourself. Do that victory lap when you do something that's good or difficult that you put off for a while. It could be something bureaucratic, going to the DMV, that as well. But it all just comes down to being aligned with your most peaceful self, your most balanced self, and feeling good about it. Oh, I want to end with this lovely quote from one of my books in the RKO, and it was The Alchemist's Tale. When I read this, I literally got chills. So I'm just going to see if I can recall it because it just stuck with me. Okay, so it's The Alchemist's Tale. In his workshop, he hangs his curious cabinet, suspending it on copper wires held taut. Locking the door, he turns down the gas lamp and reaches through shadowy folds to the cabinet's spiral core. Summoning colors to his fingertips, he spreads burnt orange and purple across the bone-black sky before etching an ellipse that orchestrates mythology. Searching for the flinty sparks in mote worlds that float within the 11 creases of space, parsec by parsec, he seeds stars into the night. Withdrawing his hand from the vortex, he touches a knuckle to his tongue and tastes the residue of brimstone and petals. That just made the tingles all over my body when I first read that, and it just stuck with me, and I was like, I just love that. It's all about this, all the magic and things that we think are so elusive but simply aren't, because we are the alchemists of our life. We bring in all the beauty and magic and transcend all the heaviness and doubt and lower vibrations to bring about whatever we want. So that is what you were meant to hear today. Love and light, everybody.